अस्सलाम वालेकुम। गलत बातों को सुनना और सुनकर हामी भर देना, गलत बातों को सुनना और सुनकर हामी भर देना, बहुत है फायदे इसमें मगर अच्छा नहीं लगता। Honorable members of the organizing committee, honorable guests sharing the dais with me, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I come from the north of India, and it is an honor and privilege for me to address this august gathering that is the youth conference. I come from north of India, where it is very easy for Muslim to get lynched. Someday, Muslims are killed on the charges of eating beef. Sometimes they are lynched on the charges of carrying beef. And sometimes they are lynched to death on the mere suspicion of having beef in their fridges. I come from north of India, where it is very easy for the state to demolish the houses and mosques and madrasas of the Muslim. Previously, they were doing it on the context of illegality of the structure. Now the state don't need any reason to demolish it. I come from north of India, where carrying Muslim identity at public places is a difficult task. I come from north of India, where speaking about atrocity that is being faced by the Muslim is something that state cannot bear. And that is why I stand before you to witness the power of participation of youth. I stand before you because I lead an organization that works with victims of criminal violence, that works with victims of mob lynching, that works with victims of selective criminal demolition. And today I will share my long journey with you and will try to understand what is the role that youth today has to take place. Just 2 months back, I was at the United Nations Minority Conference. I was invited to speak at the conference at Geneva. And there I represented the only minority organization from India that spoke about the demolitions and the atrocities of the state. And that night, when I was back in my hotel, a lot of things keep flashing before my eyes. I remember February 2020, when in the national capital of Delhi, there was a large-scale violence against Muslims. I was the one who witnessed it. I was the one who led a team that did the largest relief and rehabilitation. I could see the images of people whose houses were demolished in Khargon in 2022. There are dozens of the episodes of the atrocity that we work with for relief and for rehabilitation. So then I was realizing at that room that where have we come? Muslims are the community who gave this world modern democratic principles. In 637 AD, when Hazrat Umar went to conquer Palestine and he signed a treaty, you should read that treaty. When Hazrat Umar reached the gates of Palestine, entire city was waiting outside in queues, and there was a red carpet welcome for the Khalifa who won the entire of Palestine without shedding a blood drop. Hazrat Umar is received by Abu Ubaidah, who says to Umar that since you have come through a long journey, this is time for you to change your clothes, tidy yourself, because all the people of Palestine, including the governor Sophronius, has come to see you. Umar was leading the largest army that time. And he has won an entire territory without shedding a single blood drop. So what Umar did, to Abu Ubaidah. He just pushed him. And he said to Abu Ubaidah that our respect doesn't come from the clothes we wear. Our respect doesn't come from the area we won. Our respect comes from Islam. And you should read that treaty. There are numerous examples from the life of Hazrat Umar. So name any democratic principle that we as a minority are fighting for. I will tell you the example from the life of Hazrat Umar, how we led it and how we ensured right of all the minorities. 1500 years ago, as a Muslim, we ensured that all the minority gets justice. And now we have to seek the Supreme Court's intervention even to free our mosques. This modern democracy has failed us. So our role as a Muslim, our role as a youth becomes very important. Almost 4 years back, when Center brought the Contentious Citizenship Amendment Act, I was a research scholar at IIT. Like many people who are writing about the CAB and the effect it can have on Indian Muslim, I could have sat at the comfort of my house. I could have shared, reshared, retweeted about all the things that CA was going to bring for us. But then I thought that for how long we will seek other people to do our fight, to do our job. Every one of us, when our houses are on fire, will we wait for the neighbor to come and extinguish the fire? No, we will go and do it ourselves. But when it comes to leadership, when it comes to leading these things, we are at the backdrop. We wait others to come and lead us. Is it going to benefit us? Has it benefited us for the last 7 decades? No. In December 2019, amid that shivering cold, me and my friends started what became as Shaheen Bagh movement. Next year, there were episodes of targeting of Muslims' house and shops. We started the relief work there in Delhi, in Khargone, in Gujarat, in lot of other states. The lesson that needs to be learned is, you have to do your own job. We should stop expecting others to do what we are not able to perform. As a Muslim from India, we might have lost our houses, our masjids, we might have got our loved ones killed in the violence, but 3 things we didn't lose. One is the hope for better tomorrow. The other is our voices. The state can demolish our houses, the state can kill our people, but will always raise our voice against injustice and oppression. And the third is our resistance. You see, there's a famous quote that says, the fight of man against power is the fight of memory against forgetting. What we're doing here, we are cherishing the memory of an organization that is 100 years old. Every one of you would be associated with that organization in some part or the other. There is 100 years of work, we are remembering that. Remembrance is the first key. The second thing is resistance. We need to resist. As a Muslim youth, what are the things that are expected for us? The only thing is, by all means possible before us, we should take the lead. We should come forward. Everyone of know about the socio-political economic condition of Muslims. We are so much troubled. Our educational standards are the poorest. Our political empowerment is at the bottom. Imagine a community that faced something worse than us. Imagine what Jews would feel in 1945. Millions of them killed, rendered homeless, butchered, murdered, burned to death. What they did? They only kept complaining? No. They imagined a world 50 years later and they said, we will be leaders. Today, we are also facing the same. It is time for the youth, for all of us, to imagine something that we will lead in 50 years to come. The previous speaker told about a lot of technological innovations. This is something where we can work. This is something where we can lead. So the only important thing today is, the first is realization that we are the one who taught the world how to behave in a democratic way. We are leaders. We are capable enough. The second is, no one is going to do our job. So as a leader, as a community that is looking at others, it is a time for the Muslim youth to take the lead. The third is, there are two weapons with us. The first weapon is education and the other is skill. So keeping all these things in mind, the youth of India today, especially the Muslims, we have got a lot more potential and a lot more work to do. So I just hope and I wish we all work for an honorable coexistence for all of us. We all work towards making our society a better, where we set an example for them as a Muslim to lead and get led. Thank you so much and Assalamu alaikum.